Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I am Jennifer, and as always, we are here to help you improve your English while we explore interesting and important topics.
And I am Elizabeth. That is right, Jennifer. Today's topic is one that is very relevant to parents and young people in today's digital world. We are going to discuss whether parents should control their children's activities on social media.
Yes, Elizabeth. This is such an important topic because social media is such a big part of children's lives these days. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube are used by millions of young people around the world, and many parents are concerned about the risks and dangers that come with using these platforms.
Exactly. While social media can be a great way for children to stay connected with friends, express themselves, and learn new things, it also comes with risks like cyberbullying, exposure to inappropriate content, and even online predators. So, the big question is, should parents be controlling or monitoring what their children do on social media? Or should children have the freedom to explore and learn how to navigate the digital world on their own?
That is the key question, Elizabeth. As always, we will explore both sides of the argument. We will look at the reasons why some people believe parents should control their children's social media activities, and we will also consider the arguments against too much parental control. And, of course, we will introduce some useful vocabulary and phrases to help you improve your English as we go along.
Yes, this is a great topic for expanding your vocabulary around technology, parenting, and online safety. So, let us start by looking at the argument in favor of parents controlling their children's social media activities. Jennifer, why do you think some parents believe it is necessary to control what their children do on social media?
Well, Elizabeth, one of the main reasons parents want to control their children's activities on social media is to protect them from the potential dangers that come with using these platforms. Social media can expose children to harmful content, such as inappropriate images or videos, hate speech, and even dangerous challenges that can put their safety at risk. Parents feel responsible for keeping their children safe, and controlling their social media use is one way to do that.
Yes, that is a very important point. The internet is full of information, but not all of it is appropriate for children. Without parental control, children might accidentally or intentionally come across content that is not suitable for their age. This is why many parents feel that they need to monitor what their children are watching or posting online.
Exactly. And it is not just about inappropriate content. There is also the risk of cyberbullying. Unfortunately, bullying is not just something that happens in schools anymore. It can also happen online. Children who use social media without supervision might be more vulnerable to cyberbullying, where other children or even adults harass or insult them through comments, messages, or posts.
Yes, cyberbullying is a serious issue, and many parents worry that their children might become victims of online harassment without them knowing. Social media can be a place where children feel pressure to be popular, get likes, or follow certain trends, and this can lead to negative experiences that affect their mental health and self-esteem.
Exactly, Elizabeth. And another concern for parents is online predators. Social media platforms allow people to communicate with others all over the world, and this can be dangerous if children are talking to strangers who might have bad intentions. Parents want to protect their children from online predators who might try to manipulate or harm them through social media.
That is a very important point, Jennifer. The anonymity of the internet can make it difficult to know who is really behind a profile or a message. Children, especially younger ones, might not fully understand the risks of talking to strangers online, and without parental control, they could be vulnerable to manipulation or exploitation.
Yes, and this is one of the biggest reasons why many parents feel that controlling their children's social media activities is necessary. They want to ensure that their children are only interacting with people they know and trust, and that they are not exposed to harmful or dangerous situations.
Exactly. And beyond safety concerns, some parents also believe that controlling their children's social media use can help them maintain a healthy balance between online activities and real-life experiences. Spending too much time on social media can lead to issues like addiction, poor sleep, or a lack of focus on schoolwork. By setting limits and monitoring their children's online activities, parents can help them develop healthier habits and avoid the negative effects of too much screen time.
Yes, that is a great point, Elizabeth. Social media can be very addictive, especially for young people who are constantly checking their phones for updates, likes, and messages. Without parental control, children might spend hours on social media, which can interfere with their sleep, their studies, and even their physical health.
Exactly. And this brings us to another reason why some parents feel the need to control their children's social media use: the fear of digital footprints. Everything that children post online, whether it is photos, videos, or comments, can become part of their digital footprint, which means it can be found and seen by others, even years later. Parents want to protect their children from making mistakes online that could have long-term consequences for their future, such as affecting their chances of getting into college or finding a job.
Yes, that is a very good point, Elizabeth. Many children do not fully understand the long-term consequences of what they post online. They might share personal information, post inappropriate pictures, or make comments that could come back to haunt them later in life. Parents want to help their children avoid these mistakes by controlling what they post and teaching them how to be responsible digital citizens.
Exactly. So, as we can see, there are many valid reasons why parents might feel the need to control their children's activities on social media. It is about protecting them from inappropriate content, cyberbullying, online predators, and even the long-term consequences of their digital actions. But, of course, there is also another side to this argument.
Yes, that is true, Elizabeth. While there are clear benefits to parents controlling their children's social media activities, there are also some strong arguments against too much parental control. Let us now take a closer look at the reasons why some people believe that parents should give their children more freedom when it comes to social media.
Yes, one of the main arguments against parental control is the idea that children need to learn how to navigate the digital world on their own. Social media is a big part of modern life, and children need to develop the skills to use it responsibly. If parents control everything their children do online, they may not have the opportunity to learn how to make good decisions or manage their online presence.
That is a very important point, Elizabeth. By controlling their children's social media use too much, parents might be preventing them from learning how to think critically and independently about what they see and do online. Social media is not going away, and children need to develop the skills to use it safely and responsibly, even when their parents are not there to supervise them.
Exactly. And this brings us to another key point: trust. When parents control everything their children do on social media, it can sometimes lead to a lack of trust between the parent and the child. Children might feel that their privacy is being invaded, or that their parents do not trust them to make good decisions. This can create tension in the parent-child relationship and even lead to children hiding their online activities from their parents.
Yes, that is a very good point. Trust is an important part of any relationship, and children need to feel that their parents trust them to make good choices. If parents are constantly monitoring their children's social media activities, it can make children feel like they are not trusted, which can lead to resentment or even rebellion.
Exactly. And when children feel like they are being overly controlled, they might start using social media in secret, which can be even more dangerous. Instead of turning to their parents for guidance or help if they encounter something troubling online, they might try to hide it, which could put them at greater risk.
That is a great point, Elizabeth. By giving children more freedom and trust when it comes to social media, parents can encourage open communication and help their children feel comfortable talking about their online experiences. This way, if something does go wrong, the child is more likely to turn to their parents for help rather than trying to deal with it on their own.
Yes, and this brings us to another important argument against too much parental control: the idea that children need space to express themselves and develop their identities. Social media is often a place where young people can explore their interests, connect with others who share their passions, and express their creativity. By controlling their children's social media use too much, parents might be limiting their ability to develop their own voice and identity.
Exactly, Elizabeth. Social media can be a great platform for self-expression, especially for young people who are still figuring out who they are and what they are passionate about. It can also be a place where they connect with others who share their interests, whether that is art, music, gaming, or social causes. If parents control everything their children do on social media, they might be limiting their ability to explore and express themselves freely.
Yes, and this freedom to explore and express themselves is an important part of growing up. Children need to have the opportunity to make their own choices, try new things, and even make mistakes. These experiences help them learn and grow, both online and offline.
Exactly. And even if children do make mistakes online, those mistakes can be valuable learning experiences. By giving children more freedom on social media, parents can help them develop important skills like critical thinking, self-regulation, and online etiquette. These are skills that will serve them well in the digital world, both now and in the future.
Yes, and that brings us to another important point, the idea that parents should be guiding their children rather than controlling them. Instead of trying to monitor every aspect of their children's social media use, parents can focus on teaching their children how to use social media responsibly. This way, children can develop the skills they need to navigate the online world on their own, while still having their parents' support and guidance.
That is such a good point, Elizabeth. Instead of controlling everything, parents can take a more supportive role by helping their children understand the risks and responsibilities that come with using social media. This could include talking to them about online safety, teaching them how to recognize inappropriate content or behavior, and encouraging them to think critically about what they post and share online.
Yes, and by focusing on education and guidance rather than control, parents can help their children become more responsible digital citizens. This approach allows children to learn how to manage their own online activities while still having their parents' support when needed.
Exactly. It is about finding a balance between giving children the freedom to explore and express themselves, while also providing them with the tools and guidance they need to stay safe and make good decisions.
Yes, and that balance is key. While it is important for parents to be aware of the risks that come with social media, it is also important to recognize that children need space to grow, learn, and develop their own sense of responsibility.
Absolutely. So, where do we stand on this issue? Should parents control their children's activities on social media, or should they give their children more freedom to navigate the online world on their own?
Well, Jennifer, I think it is all about balance. On the one hand, parents have a responsibility to protect their children from the dangers of social media, and that might mean setting some limits or monitoring their activities to a certain extent. On the other hand, children need the opportunity to learn how to use social media responsibly, and too much control can lead to a lack of trust or even push children to hide their online activities.
I agree, Elizabeth. I think the best approach is for parents to strike a balance between guidance and freedom. Instead of trying to control everything their children do online, parents can focus on teaching their children how to be safe and responsible digital citizens. This way, children can develop the skills they need to navigate the online world on their own, while still having the support and guidance of their parents.
Exactly. It is all about communication, trust, and education. By talking openly with their children about the risks and responsibilities of social media, parents can help them develop the skills and confidence they need to make good decisions online.
Yes, and by focusing on education and guidance rather than control, parents can build a relationship of trust with their children, where they feel comfortable discussing their online experiences and turning to their parents for help when needed.
That is right, Jennifer. And as we wrap up today's episode, we hope that our listeners have gained some valuable insights into this important topic. Whether you are a parent, a teacher, or a young person navigating the world of social media, we hope this discussion has given you some useful perspectives to consider.
Yes, and as always, we hope that today's episode has also helped you improve your English. We have introduced some key vocabulary and phrases related to social media, parenting, and online safety, and we encourage you to practice using them in your own conversations.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, when it comes to social media, The goal is not to control every aspect of your child's online life, it is to provide them with the guidance and support they need to make good decisions on their own.
That is right, Elizabeth. And with that, we will say goodbye for now. Be sure to join us next time for another interesting discussion on an important topic.
Goodbye, everyone.